Hi, everyone. This is Michelle Grimolia. I am the president and CEO here at Woodland Pond at New Paltz, and this is my weekly address on a Tuesday. So I have a variety of topics to cover today, but first and foremost, I just want to let everyone know, if you didn't see my email yesterday, we reached another milestone yesterday, and based on the overall virus percentages in our area, vaccination rates and so forth, we were able to announce that our independent living only staff that are either vaccinated or have proven positive for the antibodies, and we've got evidence of that, will no longer have to wear a mask in independent living only. Nothing has changed for the health center. Again, that guidance comes from the New York State Department of Health. One thing I will just note is that for staff that come into your homes in independent living, they will have masks with them. So if you feel more comfortable asking those folks to put a mask on, you certainly can do that, and they will do so. I just want to mention one thing on this topic, and this is not specific just to our staff by any means, but it also applies to residents, it applies to guests, and it applies to people out in the public. I think it's really important to keep in mind that the reason that someone has a mask on is their own choice. It does not necessarily mean that they are not vaccinated. And even if they are not vaccinated, there may be any myriad number of reasons that they're not vaccinated. It's really not appropriate for anyone to ask anyone else why they're wearing a mask. That is, the reasons behind wearing a mask is really protected health information. And it's disrespectful to ask people that question. We've had a number of staff come to us, and they reported that residents have sort of, in some cases inquired, but in other cases really demanded to know, why a staff member was not vaccinated because they see someone with a mask on. And we've had residents that have reported that others have asked them that question. I've seen it in public. It's not anybody else's business why someone's wearing a mask. I can tell you my own personal experience. Very, very close friends of mine. There are 3 people in the household. All 3 were vaccinated. One was suffering from a long-term chronic and terminal illness. Unfortunately, he passed away last week. But I can tell you that even though all 3 had long since been vaccinated, the 2 family members that were in that household that went out in public always still wore a mask, because they were not going to take any chances of contracting a virus and bringing it back to their compromised loved one. So there could be any reason that someone's wearing a mask. It is what it is. People have made choices to vaccinate. Some are not medically eligible to vaccinate. Some are high risk. That goes for staff and residents and all. But the good news is that sufficient number of people have been vaccinated, both here on campus and out in the public, to get us to the point where we are now, which as of yesterday, the positivity rate in New York State is below 0.3%. So technically, it's actually below pandemic numbers from what I understand. So of course, we're still, calling it a pandemic because globally the numbers don't look like that. But here in New York, we're seeing great experience. And so that is on the backs of those that have actually gotten vaccinated or, are engaging in safe behavior. So we're really excited. Okay, so now just a variety of topics just to cover. One thing to note, this is actually going to be my second to last address scheduled on a Tuesday. For those of you that don't remember, I never did these before COVID. It is great to see everyone. If I get an outcry that people want to continue to see these, I guess I can continue them. But I feel like it's sort of a midweek Chanticleer in person at this point because we don't have a lot of COVID information going out. So my plan is to actually do my last weekly address next Tuesday, and then starting July 1st, I will retire this. But always I can get on if I need to, if there's some kind of a urgent issue or something that I'd like to chat with you guys about. All right, so in dining, a couple of announcements. On Sunday, July 4th, which is 2 weeks from this past Sunday, we're actually going to do a New England style barbecue, our clam bake. Which will have clams, mussels, crab legs, corn on the cob, etc. we're going to be doing that actually in the afternoon on the 4th of July. And of course, there'll be still reservations. The reservations will be at noon, 1 and 2 p.m. and there will not be dinner service. You'll see this in the Chanticleer. We'll make announcements about it, but that's to look forward to on 4th of July. And let's see. Oh, and regular room service will be available, on that day. So if you don't want to do a clam bake, you can get a normal room service menu. Also for dining, let's see, starting on July 5th, and again, we'll get lots of information out about this, because of the changes at the New York State level and our ability to add capacity to the dining room, and taking those steps to where we're going to eventually retire the free delivery service of room service, which will be coming relatively soon, in an effort to remind people how great it is to get into the dining room and encourage folks to come in. There will be some changes in the dining room on July 5th. So our seatings will switch to 4:45, 5:30, and 6:15. And the 4:45 will actually get a 10% early bird discount starting on July 5th. So if you make a 4:45 reservation starting on July 5th, you will have a 10% early bird discount. So that's great. And if you do the 6:15 after July 5th, you will get a 10% late owl discount. So we're going to have a little bit of different options for seating times and some nice incentives there in the dining room for an early bird and a late owl. Let's see. Gretch asked me to let all of you know that the Interfaith Committee program that was scheduled for today, that's on your calendars, called Praising God's Wonders in Nature, which was scheduled for today at 3 p.m. in the courtyard, is actually postponed until tomorrow. The Interfaith Committee very much wanted to do that outside, and today's weather is not really inviting for anything outside. So we will do that at 3 p.m. I think tomorrow is what it looks like. So, and it should be beautiful tomorrow. Okay, Rob Dunn asked me to remind all of you, or let you know actually, because I don't think we've announced this yet, that after a hiatus last year because of COVID and not being able to let people into the building, we will be resuming window washing this year, and that'll happen in August. So that will be for independent living, and they do the insides and the outsides of the windows. So we can look for those dates. And actually, as I'm saying this, I'm remembering that Rob did announce that at the management Q&A. So this is just a nice reminder of that. I think you all saw in the Chanticleer last week that we do have a shredder coming the first week of July. And for those of you that have not been here or participated in this in the past, this is a big truck that comes and takes all of your confidential material that you'd like to have shredded. And actually, one of our board members, Mark Shane, who is a local CPA, has a local CPA firm here, he's been donating the services of this truck to us every year that I can remember since we've been opened. And this is a great time for all of you to clean out some of that, so to speak, dead wood of, materials that need to be shredded. So if you want to start really going through your papers, now's the time. You have about a week or so. I can't remember the exact date. I'll have to check the Chanticleer, but that's next week. And so take the time to, kind of go through and get your shredding and plan on bringing it to the shred truck. And there's no cost to residents. Again, this is donated by one of our board members every year. And that's one way to clean out. Excuse me. Another way to clean out is we are in the process of really clearing through the basement spaces. So I know that for quite a while, a number of you were not able to go to your storage cages because the elevator by the library was closed. Obviously that's open again now, and we're really putting a push on to try to clear out the resident storage areas. We are clearing through things. It's gotten quite overfilled down there over the years. So Tom did issue a notice that should be up, but the deadline for all of you to get anything that you have that's in the basement that is not in a storage cage exclusive of the wood shop, because those items are a little bit different. But if you have anything downstairs that's stored that's not in a storage cage, it needs to either be discarded or put into a storage cage by the first week of August. So I really would like everyone to try to make a trip down to your storage cages at some point in the next few weeks. First of all, just to refresh your memory on what you have in there. And if there are things that you need to get rid of, you can put in a work order. We can help you get discard of things, but especially anything that's in the hallway or just kind of left somewhere outside of a storage cage downstairs, it's got to go, because whatever is left that's not in the cage after that first week of August, we are going to discard it. So please just keep that in mind. I think that's it for today. We are just kind of ramping up to where a lot of our staff are going to start taking some vacations. I think that you probably all realize that we all worked kind of around the clock for the last 15 months. So a number of people have a lot of built up vacation time and a lot of need for vacation time. So you will start to see, some of us are out of the office here and there, and that includes me. I will be out of the office Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of this week. I'm going to spend some time with my family, and I will be reachable. We're not going away, but I'm going to try to kind of stay disconnected and spend some time with my kids now that they're done with school, and with some visiting family. So I hope you guys all have a great week. I'll see you next Tuesday, and enjoy the beautiful weather tomorrow.